Today we're going to be discussing signs that you are in a relationship with your best friend, solutions to maneuver out of it, and the Delulu card. Pretend this says Delulu on it, okay? I'm not talking about the friendships that turn into romantic relationships. I'm talking about the platonic ones that have over time turned into a big toxic bundle of insecure attachment. Aww. This dynamic includes the people pleaser versus the passive aggressor. The people pleaser versus the passive aggressor. In some cases, one can have both tendencies. So just know it's okay to relate to both sides. Regardless, take in what relates to you and apply it where it fits. Before we get into things, let's get back into a word I just said. Attachment. Specifically, attachment rooted from insecurity. This is often how this dynamic of friendship may arise. What's wrong with attachment? As the Stoics say, it leads to suffering. How? Well, let's change the word to dependency. Signs of dependency in friendships are usually based on hopes that the friendship will fulfill all of one's emotional needs, which leads to suffering when things inevitably change. Now, let's get into the red flags and solutions. Oh, I'm aware that I just spelled it dependency. Look, I'm not gonna redo it. Let's get back into the lesson. Let's start with the red flags. The first one, you feel like they're unpaid therapist. The second one, they don't want you to have other friends. The third one, they don't take no for an answer. The fourth, your feelings, efforts, and struggles are dismissed. And the fifth one, you're held under unrealistic expectations. These are the red flags that you can use to signify whether or not you are dating your best friend. So let's talk about solutions, shall we? Okay, so red flag number one, you feel like they're unpaid therapist. Here is my solution to that. Okay, so easy solution. Set boundaries, right? Setting boundaries with someone with these tendencies will often be offensive to them and only bring out more of who they are. This is especially the case in long friendships when you've known someone longer than you knew what your boundaries were. If you know they won't change regardless of what you do, then you have to break up with this person and give them their space to figure it out on their own. That's just the truth you have to accept. If you do believe that while they will be offended, they will eventually see you out, then offend them. You can't change them yourself, but you can detach from caring about their reaction. So if you begin to see they're treating you like they're unpaid therapists and just dumping all their emotions on you, say something as simple as,
I need a vent, but you don't understand how bad my life is compared to yours. You're the only person I can talk to about this because nobody else cares. You have to listen to every detail.
Okay, look, I care about you, but I can't be the only one helping you through this. Maybe talking to a therapist could really help. I hope you understand. Say it with the intention of love. Don't be passive aggressive. If their reaction is passive aggressive, aka like the silent treatment or acting bluntly upset yet saying nothing is wrong and doing anything that is just further validating your point, this is your cue to pull out the Delulu card. Go into the mindset that there's no problem at all. If they don't tell you themselves out of their mouths that there's a problem, then there is no problem. At that point, screw their body language and attitude. This will force them to either properly communicate with you or bite their tongue forever. Either way, you save your peace. Let's get into the second red flag. They don't want you to have other friendships. Do they get jealous of other friendships? Pull the Delulu card until they speak up about it, and once they do, set it clear. There really is no other way to beat around the bush other than to say, I can have other friends. And if their concern is being replaced, you say something along the lines of, at the end of the day, you're my best friend. A lot of time spent with another person and the bond developed between them doesn't suddenly change what I have with you. It doesn't make you any less my best friend, but I do need my independence for us to thrive. It is okay to need reassurance. We're all human. But if it becomes a weekly repeated conversation, then there's a new boundary that needs to be set. Remember, this is a friendship. not a relationship. You don't need to be isolated from new connections. All right, let's get into the third red flag. They don't know how to take no for an answer. What is no? If no is not an answer for them, then the Delulu card works with a passive-aggressive reaction. But let's say they speak up. They passionately aren't taking no for an answer. For example, let's say I want to go home, but my friend is begging me to stay at this party with them because of this, that, the third. And let me make this clear as someone guilty of this. Don't feel pressured to explain yourself or give in just to keep the peace. Say a firm no, and that's it. Avoid engaging in an argument. And if there isn't a solution that needs to be made in the immediate moment, then change the conversation to something unrelated to signal the answer isn't up for negotiation. Okay, so these last 2 points I'm going to connect into one. So the fourth red flag is that your feelings, efforts, and struggles are dismissed. Now, that's supposed to be like a word, efforts. So, anyways. And the fifth red flag is that you're held under unrealistic expectations. Money can be like an example. All right, so yeah, these are gonna kind of intertwine with my next point. So I have a question for you. Maybe you're not, maybe you are, but are you usually the one paying for your friends' things? Have you ever done something for them that they'd likely never do for you? Like, let's say surprise them for their birthday. Well, they usually just give you a happy birthday story post for yours. But you love them. So you tell yourself you don't need anything in return. But now you've created an expectation in them that you have to uphold. A friend that actually cares about you would either match your energy or request you refrain from the gestures because it's not something they can do on their end. In this circumstance, we're not talking about the friend who cares. The flaw in these kind gestures is that you've wired into your friend's brain into thinking it's just the way things go in the friendship, aka an expectation. This goes into the fifth red flag. These people don't normally directly acknowledge these efforts because they know if they do, they have to claim the responsibility to make it up to you. So most times, you won't even get a thank you. And if they actually don't see the efforts, then I truthfully, I don't know. But what happens when you decide to stop these extra efforts for them? Simple, they will get upset. Except they won't get upset in the way you would think. I think there are two reactions that would likely occur. The first one would be like they would blame their upsetness on an entirely unrelated reason. For example, like, you didn't pay for their food? Suddenly the sun is too damn bright and the car is too damn hot.
2 separate orders, please. No. The cheeseburger is mine. The triple double decker with the extra large fries and milkshake with the 3 cherries is for the second order. Thanks, yeah.
Why is it so bright, bro? And it's like, can you turn off the AC, bro? Like, it's getting way too hot in here. Thanks. Or the second reaction, they'll call you the problem. That handmade bracelet they got for their birthday, instead of your usual surprise party offended them. Suddenly, if you bring up that it's because they didn't even smile or say thank you the previous year, that then you're using your power against them and rubbing your efforts in their face. Having a conversation with someone in this mindset is hard. Not impossible. But this is the part where talking about feelings and struggles come into place. To come to an understanding with each other is the goal. But individuals with a closed mindset do not know how to listen. They will take everything you say and make it about themselves. At that point, find a new friend. Find a friend that will celebrate your accomplishments. Find a friend that won't make your personal struggles about themselves. Find a friend that won't find boundaries offensive. And find one that will choose what actually matters. Well, I'm not gonna make this too deep. Let's just remember to keep our friendships in the friend zone. No need for attachment issues here. Cheers to healthy boundaries, and remember, it can work out if both are willing. But if it's one-sided, toxic, or draining, then it's time to let it go. No, seriously, you guys, though, thank you guys for watching. Let me know if you guys like these videos. I'm really just testing out new things, and I really enjoyed this one a lot. I'm probably gonna do more of these, whether you guys like it or not anyways. Comment your thoughts. Make sure you subscribe, please, and give this a like, please. Love you guys, bye. Stop dating your best friend. If you're gonna be toxic together, you may as well get married. If I just did all that and this wasn't recording, I'm gonna be ashamed of myself.